At last, we have some good news. I know I've been a bit of a neg ferret recently, talking about caravan issues and things falling apart and not being very good. And I do like to back that up with the fact that caravans are very good in general, and that lots of people go out and use them for holidays and have fantastic times. But as the prices creep up and the kind of general public become more aware of what's going on because of people like me and Facebook and all that kind of stuff, that I think the manufacturers have to be a bit clearer on what they're going to do to address these ongoing issues. And that's the problem. We don't mind having an issue. It's when they're ongoing and we see them being built into the caravans year after year after year. That's when it gets frustrating. I'm never going to say that you can't have a caravan that's 100% perfect. You're never going to get that. But it's when we start seeing the issues reoccurring and the feel that the manufacturers aren't doing anything about it. That's what's frustrating. So with that in mind, a bit of positive news from the Erwin-Heimer group and Elddis in particular. I had an email drop into my inbox from someone who'd seen one of my videos, and they said, oh, they've had this email come in from Elddis. So let's have a look and see what the email says. So let's have a look at the email that Elddis have sent out, I suspect to everyone on their database already. So it's sent out on Monday the 23rd of June. Dear customer, sorry, I'll read this out because it's easy for me to read this out and then kind of comment on it as I'm going along. As a valued customer, we want to introduce you to our exciting new brand campaign, Elddis Going Further Together. Pretty generic there. The campaign embodies the transformation underway across our business from product innovation and factory investment to dealer support and customer experience. It is a statement of intent that we're not just evolving, but moving forward with purpose together. The initiative is built around 4 key areas demonstrating our commitment to quality, partnerships and our customers. So that's general blurb. That's what they all say. You can read any brochure and get that kind of blurb from them. So let's see what else they say. Factory investment in quality, engineering and efficiency. We have made substantial investments to improve quality, output quality, consistency and efficiency. Now, I have heard this from other sources that they've spent a lot of money on a new area for quality control. I've not seen any more than that. I think Andy may have been up there to have a look, or he certainly asked to go up and have a look. Whether he was allowed to or not, I think maybe he wasn't. But that would be interesting if someone could go up and have a look and kind of give everyone an idea on what that actually is. We're part of the Erwin-Heimer group and Thor Industries, the largest manufacturers of RVs in the world. I'll talk a little bit about that when we get down to the bottom, because that's the main thing that's kind of boggled my mind as to why they've got these issues when they're part of these massive groups that have got a huge amount of technology and talent in them already. So I'll talk about that down the bottom. We have enhanced manufacturing technology, training and development, and precision tooling to raise build standards and reduce variability. So that is a key in manufacturing, is if you're producing the same thing time and time and time again, and there's no variables in those like a sidewall where you cut a window hole out and it's exactly the same every time. It makes it easier for then the people putting the window rubber in and all that kind of stuff to know what they're doing, and they kind of the repetitiveness of it means that they can really learn how to do it properly. So that is very important. Improve adherence to our production plan ensures that customer vehicles are delivered on time. Yeah, that was massive. I think I can't remember if it was a couple of years ago where we were having people who had ordered something at the show and it was promised to them in March. And not seeing it till September, and then sometimes actually I think it went into the next year. So that was a massive boo-boo, and you just can't have that. So that's kind of a no-brainer, really. That's something that doesn't really need to be said. That things are delivered on time. That's not a plus. That's just something that should happen anyway. Let's have a look. Production, innovation, and material technology. We've taken significant strides in both our caravan and motorhome product design, ensuring lasting durability and customer satisfaction. Again, you get that in all the different manufacturers. They're going to tell you the same thing. Our new caravan construction method, that's interesting. We're using advanced materials, and this has dramatically reduced historic quality related issues. So there you go. That's a kind of a nod to the issues they've been having, which is what I want the manufacturers to do, is say, right, okay, we have messed up, we have got these issues, but this is what we're doing about it going forward. So we need more on that. What is that Caravan construction method? Is it the old strong construction method that's been tweaked, or have they got rid of that and using something completely different, which really I would like to have seen. Now I know that can't be easy from a manufacturer to kind of set your stall out and go down this route with a certain kind of construction method and then change it from one to the other, because they must have tooled up and they must have methods in production going, so that would be a massive amount of retooling and retraining if they were going to change it completely. But there's no point flogging a dead horse. If you've got something that isn't working, there's no point carrying on with it. You've either got to bin it completely and give up, or change it completely and carry on. But we need to know more about that. What does that mean? And that would be interesting to know. Motorhomes will feature the new zip system. I have no idea what that is. So again, that would be interesting to know. Tested to stimulate over 40 years of real world use and rainfall. Now I've seen these kind of tests before where they put them in a rain chamber for 24 hours and it doesn't leak, but it was always 1 out of 10, and it would pass, and then obviously we'd have issues. So that one Caravan or motorhome goes into a simulation, and then it's tested, and then out they go, and there's a big tick, it's tested to 40 years. But that doesn't mean all of them are. So that would be interesting to know again what that is. It's very difficult, I think, to simulate real world experiences, because it probably doesn't get bumped down the road, and you get the intense heat and intense rain, and then time. You just can't simulate time really, unless you put the product out there and see what happens to it. So that'd be interesting to know what that is. They may have found some way of doing that. So customer experience, going further together. It's not just about what we build, but the experiences our customers have along the way. We want to capture your memories, stories and journeys to highlight how your Elddis vehicles are enabling longer and more enjoyable adventures. Well, I would have thought that's going forward, if there's all this is new, and then they can really say, look, this Caravan is going to be, a motorhome is going to be fantastic. There probably are people out there who've had really good experiences so far, but unfortunately it sounds like there's also lots that haven't. So again, that's very brave to do that, because people will generally, if they have an issue, they're going to shout about it more than if they haven't had an issue. So that would be interesting to know what happens there. We'll be sharing these stories on our social media channel, so they want all the positive things that have happened to you in your Elddis products, over the past several years. And again, there's probably lots of people out there that have had really positive, fantastic holidays out there in the products. So get hold of them and let them share that, and that would help them out as well. We'd love to have you joined our Elddis community by giving us a follow, a like or a share. So yeah, that's all standard stuff. Dealer experience. This is where the manufacturers struggle somewhat, because they're not directly in control of their dealers. Unlike the car world, and I know a few people who deal with the car manufacturers, they are very, very tight on how they interact, how their dealers interact with the end user, to the point where they've got scripts that they have to go through, and if they don't go through those scripts, they get into trouble, and they can lose their franchise. So I can assume that the Caravan manufacturers would love to have that kind of ability to be able to control the end use from the dealer to the end user, but they just don't. Every dealer out there is their own independent dealer, and although they can put things in place, the manufacturers have no kind of control of that. So that, I think that's where they do struggle a little bit, because you're going to get variations on lots of themes there. It depends on who you deal with. Obviously, some dealers are very good, some dealers aren't so good, and even if you have a great dealer, you can still have a bad experience, just because that's the way the world goes. But I think when you go into Peugeot or Ford, there's a script, and they're very well educated into what they do. And as I say, there's penalties if they don't adhere to that. to the point where their franchise can get taken away and they get fines. So yeah, that's tricky for the caravan manufacturers to replicate in the caravan world. It's different. So we continuously work with our dealers to improve your experience as a customer. Like I said, they're trying to get to that point. I know Swift, when I was with them, we used to go on training courses and they'd try and get us to do this and do that. And they'd send in secret shoppers to make sure that it was happening. But again, that was tricky to adhere, because they couldn't penalise you if you didn't do it. So we're making ongoing enhancements to our dealer portal, website, digital tools and customer service to improve the tracking of your vehicle delivery in real time. So yeah, again, Swift have been doing this for years, a long time, and they, that's a really good part. They were the only, as far as I'm aware, manufacturer that were doing that. So it looks like they're going to have a kind of a portal that you can look into. And again, this day and age, it's an absolute no-brainer. You just have to have it. You can track your toothbrushes coming from Amazon, from wherever, to your door. So we need to be doing that in real time for the manufacturers. And also I think Swift did do it because they were getting blamed a lot for things. Oh, Swift haven't done this and haven't done that, when actually it wasn't them, it was the manufacturer, it was the dealer that had messed up and they were blaming Swift. And so I think they kind of implemented it because they said, look, it's not us, it's the dealer you're dealing with that we don't have much say over. So it might be the same reason that they're doing it, is because they said, look, that we've given it to you, it's not our fault that it's sat on the dealer forecourt for 6 weeks while they haven't been able to get it in for you. Develop our product information packs to help you make the right choice for them, but that's where the dealer comes in as well. You should be buying the right caravan, really. Going further together is everything we stand for. A brand that's easier to deal with, a business that's committed to going that extra mile, a product that empowers customers to travel longer with more reliability, a partnership with our dealers that's grounded in mutual success. Well, again, there you go. It's all the standard stuff that you'd expect these days, and the proof is in the pudding there. It's easy to say it. This is going from forward. This is where it needs to be. And we need to know more about, how they're going to achieve that and what they're doing about this kind of thing. So that's about it from the email. Again, it's a good thing that they've done, and they just need to back it up a little bit more. So as we go down to the bottom, this is the bit that's always puzzled me. Elddis got taken over by the Erwin Group, and as soon as I heard that, I thought, oh crikey, that's going to be fantastic. It's going to be the styling that we want from the UK manufacturers, because the one thing that the Elddis are absolutely fantastic on is the styling of it, the look of the product, the feel of the product, the different layouts. I think they're absolutely brilliant, and that's why I was frustrated with it when I went to the show, because I thought, oh, I could really sell this. This is great. Then I started talking to the dealers and to customers, and then realised that it's not something I wanted to take on because of the quality issues, which was a shame because they just looked amazing. I thought I could definitely sell these things. So when I heard that they were taken over by the Erwin Group, I thought, well, you're going to have that styling and that UK-ness, if you like, of it. You've probably seen, you may well have seen my video on should I buy German. And the main issue is that the styling of the German product isn't to our tastes, and regardless of what we say, they just can't get it. So having a UK manufacturer with the kind of styling that Elddis have, which I think is one of the best out there, and then having the Erwin Group with the quality builds of all the products that they've got in that group, then I thought, well, this is a match made in heaven. They're going to have the quality of the of Hymer, and they're going to have the styling of Elddis. I mean, I just don't think you can get much better than that. And then, I mean, I didn't realise, but then you look at the other kind of things that they've got in their portfolio as well. So they're 100% subsidiary of the Thor Industries, which is absolutely huge. They've got access to the kind of money that they need to be able to make this product the best that there is. And then when you see the other kind of things that they've got in their group, and you've got Berstner, Ibria, Hymer, Lakia, LMC, Nurschmann Bischoff. I'm never sure I'll say that right, but I mean they're £250,000 motorhomes those guys make. So they've got the product knowledge and they've got the systems in place to make that kind of product, then surely you just kind of knock on their door and say, "Oh, look, can you come and show us how to do it here?" It's not. I can't see how that isn't something that day one. If I was Elddis, I'd be going over there and saying, right, how do you do this and what are you doing? Again, like I said before, it might not be that straightforward. Well, it isn't that straightforward because otherwise they would have done it. And again, like I say, it's easy for me to sit here and say these things. But, I would have thought that you go over there and you change your systems to align with that, with the rest of the quality that the Owenheimer group have got. But it might be the fact that they've set their stall out and that you can't just change the factory overnight because of all the products, all the systems that they've got in place, all the tools that they've got in place to make the Caravans the way they have been making them. If you had to then take everything out and then start again, I would have thought that that's a significant investment. So it will be interesting to know, say when it says up here about the new Caravan construction method, and also the new products the new production methods that they're putting up at the factory. I'd love to know a little bit more about that. And if they're doing that right, and if the new construction method is right, then I think going forward you could say that they've got all the tools at their disposal to be able to make one of the best caravans and motorhomes out there. And that's what they need to do. Is either going to go one way or the other. Either give up and knock it all on the head, or completely change what you're doing and move forward with it to become one of the best out there. And that's what I'd love to see. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. And like I said, they've got all the tools in their toolbox to be able to do that. You just need to get on and do it. So that's the email that has been sent out, and it'll be interesting to see if we see more of these. I might try and get on the email list somehow, because this came from a comment. I got it emailed to me by someone who'd seen one of my videos talking about why they're not doing this, and then lo and behold, Elddis sent this out to them, so he was kind enough to pass it on to me. So I think I'll try and get on their subscription list and see what they're going to be doing going forward into the future, and maybe I can pop to the show and have a look at the product. But I'd love to know more about what that construction method is and what they're doing at the factory. So there we have it. I think you'd agree that the email is a very good step in the right direction coming from Elddis. And as I just said back then, I don't understand why they couldn't be the best caravan manufacturer out there with the amount of clout they've got and the amount of technical knowledge they have in their portfolio. So I think this could be the start of something extremely good, and only time will tell. And like I said, it needs backing up. We need to be able to say, right, this is what's going on and this is how we're going to do it. We need to be able to see proof of that to give you the kind of the confidence to go and then buy that product. We've got the show coming up in October. We've got 2026 products coming out. That might be when they're starting to do this new regime of what they've been talking about in the email I just showed you, and it'll be interesting to see if that is the case. It'd be great if someone could go up there and have a look at the factory and see what is happening, what this new construction is, whether it's just a new version of the Strong, or whether it is a completely new thing. That'd be interesting to know. So yeah, if someone could go up there and have a look and then report back, that'd be great. It'd be interesting to see that. But there are people out there who do this thing for a living, so it'd be Practical Caravan, Caravan Writers Guild, Caravan Club, all those guys have got a lot more reach than I have. So it'd be great if one of those guys could go out there and really show us, the public what's happening up there. That'd be great. So like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave your messages down below and get back to me on what you're thinking. If you have had an Elddis and it's been absolutely fantastic, let me know. I'm sure you'll let me know if you have had issues, and whether something like this would actually give you the confidence to say, right, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and let's buy another product. I think we need more information on what all these things are. It's easy to say it in an email, It's not so easy to back it up, but I think that this definitely a step in the right direction, and it'll be interesting to see where they go forward. So if anyone has any more information about it, I'll try and get myself in the loop with them, so that I will get them get those emails dropping into my inbox. But if you see anything, send it to me. Atlantic Caravans, down at atlanticcaravans.co.uk. Send it to me, and then I can have a look at it and maybe do some more videos on it. That'd be great. Okay, see you next time. So there we have it. I think you'd agree that the email is a very good step in the right direction coming from Elddis. And as I just said back then, I don't understand why they couldn't be the best caravan manufacturer out there with the amount of clout they've got and the amount of technical knowledge they have in their portfolio. So I think this could be the start of something extremely good, and only time will tell. And like I said, it needs backing up. We need to be able to say, right, this is what's going on and this is how we're going to do it. We need to be able to see proof of that to give you the kind of the confidence to go and then buy that product. We've got the show coming up in October. We've got 2026 products coming out. That might be when they're starting to do this new regime of what they've been talking about in the email I just showed you, and it'll be interesting to see if that is the case. It'd be great if someone could go up there and have a look at the factory and see what is happening, what this new construction is, whether it's just a new version of the Strong or whether it is a completely new thing. That'd be interesting to know. So yeah, if someone could go up there and have a look and then report back, that'd be great. Whether that's me or not, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see that, but there are people out there who do this thing for a living. So it'd be, Practical Caravan, Caravan Writers Guild, Caravan Club, all those guys have got a lot more reach than I have. So it'd be great if one of those guys could go out there and really show us, the public what's happening up there. That'd be great. So like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave your messages down below and get back to me on what you're thinking. If you have had an Elddis and it's been absolutely fantastic, let me know. I'm sure you'll let me know if you have had issues and whether something like this would actually give you the confidence to say, right, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt and let's buy another product. I think we need more information on what all these things are. It's easy to say it in an email. It's not so easy to back it up, but I think that this definitely a step in the right direction, and it'll be interesting to see where they go forward. So if anyone has any more information about it, I'll try and get myself in the loop with them, so that I will get them get those emails dropping into my inbox. But if you see anything, send it to me. Atlantic Caravans, down at atlanticcaravans.co.uk. Send it to me and then I can have a look at it and maybe do some more videos on it. That'd be great. Okay, see you next time with hopefully some more good news.